Hello and welcome back to our brand new LJMU Sports Business Hall of Fame series. Today we are joined today with Angus. First question, in 30 seconds, just give us a quick background on yourself.
Okay, no worries. So I was born in Germany, went to school up in Scotland, boarding school, and then loved sport my whole life. And then, of course, went to John Moores to study sports business. Could have went to Free University in Scotland, but decided I wanted to do sports business. So came down to Liverpool and really enjoyed that. Yeah, really good.
I thought there was a bit of an accent there.
Little tinge.
Oh, we'll go to the important questions first. Does pineapple belong on pizza? A yes or no, and why?
No, absolutely not. Pineapple just that's horrible. That's a horrible combination. Need to get rid of that ASAP. Get away from that.
All right. Would you recommend to anyone like thinking of going to university? Would you recommend applying for a sports business degree at LJMU?
Yeah, definitely would. It set me up for the job I'm in at the minute. Because at the minute I'm working for a research and development tax credit company, and you can approach different industries. I'm trying to target sports, particularly rugby at the minute. So it just allows me to have that understanding of the industry in more depth. So then I can, when speaking to managing directors, financial directors of professional sports clubs, I can relate to how their business is doing, know the industry insights, and it just sets me up and puts me in a good stead for those chats.
100%. And it's interesting you say you sort of applied your degree in the job world. Going back to your degree. We're gonna look on the enjoyable side of it. So, is there any times that you remember or highlights that you sort of enjoyed the most on your 3 years of your degree?
I love the friendly atmosphere. The teaching staff are great. Particularly shout out to Louie, Track, and Sarah, and the other team. Just fantastic, keeping you going throughout the program. They always make it. They try and make it as dynamic as possible, and they'll always find new ways to teach you and better your understanding of sports business and everything associated with that. Really recommend it to anyone. Honestly, it was really enjoyable for myself.
Amazing.
What advice would you give to any current students who are going through a difficult phase where they're thinking of dropping out?
Okay, so that's a really good question. I think everyone goes through tough phases when they're at university. So what I'd recommend is you do stick out. You have to have the end goal in sight. Sorry. So what did you first originally come to Liverpool for? You need to readdress that point of why you started in the first place. Usually it is because you want something out of it. If that's a job, if that's just industry experience, placement experience, things like that. You just have to relate back to why you came in the first place. I just recommend sticking at it. There's so much opportunity after university, and if you have a graduate degree, it puts you in such a higher stead. I mean, for example, I applied to Tesco, got knocked back, even with a degree, and then applied to a graduate job, and that actually was easier. So just shows the balance of what getting a degree can do.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. Congratulations on securing that job. So you mentioned that something that helped you through your difficult times was maybe focusing on your end goal. I know for me personally, something that helps me through, and you mentioned it before, is the support of the lecturers and the faculty and the staff. How was your bond with sort of the staff, and how did you use different elements of the course, for example, like the careers team, sort of help you with your degree?
Yeah, so in terms of the careers team, first I'll start with them. They were fantastic after university. So towards my end of the third year, helping me create the CV and cover letter so I could submit it to as many companies as possible. You want to try and open as many doors, and they'll spend so much time focusing on you as an individual. Within the faculty as well, the tutor groups, they allowed for you to just again get that personal touch within the course. There is quite a few students, so it's always good to get that personal element and address any problems you're having. They're really good with any problems, and they'll get them sorted straight away. In terms of the teaching, it's first class. Being in a boarding school as well, I've always loved sort of a dynamic style of teaching, and it's definitely what I was after. So I got what I wanted.
Right. Do you feel that after completing the 3-year sports business course that you were prepared for a full-time job and entering the real world?
Yeah, so it's definitely different because you're not in university as much. It's more independent learning while you're at university. So it's trying to find out a bit about industry. But as soon as you're actually in a job role, then you can really start to get a grasp of the stuff you've learned. It's more, once I've got the job, I've then realized how what I learned has applied rather than before the job, if you get me. I don't know, I've probably explained that really badly, but yeah, it's definitely helped.
100%. Yeah, I think just applying the actual concepts that you learn to real world situations, isn't it? I think is what you get.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, in terms of getting a job, how important do you think placements and job experience are on top of actually earning your degree?
Yeah, so important. I feel a lot of my interview questions in any job role I try to apply for were around what placement have you done, what work experience have you done, and how will that relate to this job. They want to know why you've done it, what were your aims in trying to do that work experience, and then what did you get out of it. They're always looking for someone that's looking for work experience. Especially at Leighton here, they were trying to find people that have just worked hard at university and found other experience just to make the job is, I don't know, just to get that industry experience, I guess.
Yeah, perfect. Have you got anything else to ask, Lou?
No, that's all my questions done.
All right, well, thank you very much, Angus. I can now, by the power given to me by Louise Williams, I can now officially announce that you are in the Sports Business Hall of Fame.
Oh, thank you very much. It's very kind.
How do you feel?
Don't know how I'm up there, but
How do you feel?
I feel great. Yeah, sure you boys will soon join me up there.
Hopefully. So yeah, remember, as we mentioned in the last video, if you want to be involved in the Sports Business Hall of Fame, make sure to get in touch and share your stories with either me, Louie, or anyone involved with the sports business course and the lecturers, for example, Louise. Yeah, and thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much for being on, Angus. Have you got anything else you'd like to say before we go?
No, just thank you both for having me. Wish you all the best for the course. Sure you'll do fantastic. If you need any help, give me a shout, give me an email. I'll maybe help you on some modules if I can.
Amazing, thank you so much. I'll definitely take up on that. So this has been the Sports Business Hall of Fame, episode 2. Thank you very much for watching.